go, netball fans. Hold on to your seats. Calling the match live in Auckland, a commentary duo boasting 200 domestic matches between them. Brendan Telfer and Julie Coney.
And this is the setting for the final 60 minutes of the National Bank Cup. The two teams which started the playoffs 2 weeks ago, the best two teams in the country, come together again to end it, and end it once and for all. First time in the 10 years of the National Bank Cup we've had a final here in Auckland, and only the second time we've had a final, in fact, north of Dunedin. Natalie Avellino hasn't seen much court time this year. The Australian in the Sting side. They've got about 500 supporters here this evening that have made the long journey from the deep south up to Takapuna tonight, and they hope Robin Broughton will no doubt be having a smile on her face at the end of this match. 100th match tonight for Robin Broughton, easily a record for a coach in the National Bank Cup as well. Onto the court comes the Force. You'll notice the Force players all wearing black armbands tonight out of a mark of respect for Fino Pulu, whose grandmother died earlier this week. She's on the reserve bench tonight, Fino. So a touch of sadness hanging over the Force side as they prepare for this match tonight. And Yvonne Willering, 10 years without a win in the National Bank Cup, the Force, and Yvonne Wittering's had the team for 5 years. They have one last chance. Our two umpires tonight are Mandy Nottingham and Bronwyn Meek, and the ball carrier all the way from the deep south in Winton. This is Laura Beggs from Central Southland and St. Thomas's School. Leona Barrett-Chase starts this National Bank Cup final in 2007 with the Sting in their traditional colours, of course, playing from left to right in the first 15 minutes of the match. Jean Wilson, very prominent in this first opening passage.
Yes, well, I think that's going to be a key match-up this evening, Brendan, that of Adine Wilson and Cheryl Scanlon. Adine is the dominant feeder down the shooting end for the Sting, and she had a marvellous game in the semi-final. They'll want to contain her this evening. Nice baseline run from Dane. She comes from the wing attack side of court.
Can this match possibly live up to what we saw last Friday night on that epic struggle in the Deep South, which got the Sting into this final? And in this with a second shot from Whippy Eachie. And no love here for the former Force shooter. Huge roar reverberates around the stadium with the Whippy Eachie's first miss and a turnover.
Well, the Sting are normally very dominant on their rebounds as well because of the height of both Whippy Eachie and Wilkins in the shooting circle, but they're up against it tonight with Davu and De Bruyn, of course.
There is De Bruyn. No way through there. Tight marking in the midcourt there as Barrett-Chase comes over the top of Temapara George.
Again, we see Dean approaching from the wing attack side. Makes it very difficult for the defenders.
And Catherine Ladu, she is so strong and very evident there. Hutton going for that ball. So there's one for the Force against the Sting centre pass, but they've turned it over from their own centre pass.
Yes, an unforced error, a replay ball. You can't drop the ball and regain possession. Gives possession to the other side. Great touch, good elevation on the jump.
Well, Julia, I've never seen or heard a Force crowd as animated as they are in the first 5 minutes of the match. It's almost like we're back in Invercargill for this match. Tremendous support here, unprecedented support here for the Force tonight. Trying to get them over the line for the first time.
And there's a good contingent of Sting fans here this evening as well, about 400. A few couldn't make it from Queenstown down to Invercargill for the charter flight because of the snow. but most have made it north.
Away goes Cheryl Scanlon. Boy, she was quick, but the whistle had gone.
Just a little close. You have to be always 0.9 of a metre from the player with the ball. She was within that distance.
It's the old 3-foot rule under the imperial standard. It's not 1 metre, but 0.9 of a metre is what the umpires have got to check for.
And that's the defence that Tanya Dalton was talking about earlier on, just that the Sting are very strong, their attack coming through court on defence. That time Wilkins pulled in the action.
And Latu works well there, again at the top of the circle. Very confident start here by 20-year-old Catherine Latu. Small advantage here at the moment to the force. 4 minutes into this first quarter.
Latu has been playing well of late. She's sitting on 85% of her shooting percentage, so she's the stronger percentage-wise shooters of the two in the force, although Dean is the general, if you like.
Contact called on Davu against Donna Wilkins. She gets the penalty, and she will convert it.
And we'll just see where that penalty came from on the National Bank replay. Yes, the hand right across the shoulder of Wilkins.
So possession thrown away by the force. So here's the chance of the Sting to get back to the status quo.
Well, the force really want to have a good, strong first quarter in this match. They certainly don't want to... Whoa.
And
a little tweak of the ankle.
Yeah, oh yes, you can see the twist in that left ankle of hers as she went down. Leanna Barrett-Chase as Neil Familton, the physio, comes on. Well, stalking the two sidelines for us tonight, we've got Jenny May Coffin and Tanya Dalton. So, Tanya, what do you make of this opening 5 minutes?
Oh, tight again. I think the force are doing good 3-foot throughout the court, and they're getting quite a few tips and stuff down there. Saying they're happy to play it around, and they've forced a few out the back. So I think that one from Leanna there, this time out, I think she actually stepped, but you call time just to cover yourself.
Jenny, what do you like? Do you like anything you've seen so far?
What I do like is the way that the Sting's defence through court, but particularly at the top of the force attacking circle. You see Leanna Barrett-Chase coming right off Timi Pata-George, allowing the ball to swing wide, but taking the top, taking where Megan Dean has been coming at the top. So it's tight at both ends. This is finals netball, loving it.
Barrett-Chase finds Wilkins. And the call goes against De Bruyn, again for obstruction, and inside the 0.9 of a metre. And it's all tied up there, 5 minutes into this final.
And again, we see the feed coming from Wilson.
Beautiful ball, wasn't it, from Wilson? Just over the top of the height of De Bruyn, straight into the hands of Wipiiti.
Barrett-Chase, third rather contact.
I think Megan Dean just a little bit guilty of holding on to the ball a bit too long. Catherine Latu is on in that circle, one-on-one.
The thing is that Megan Hutton has a very good lean on the shot, and it really gets into the head of Megan Dean. She does tend to offload or play the ball back out when that arm is over her. You see this forced defence.
There's the pressure on Barrett-Chase. She ran out of options and she ran out of time.
I think you can put that great defence down to Liana De Bruyn. She's looking for that swing, so they don't want to let the long ball go.
Dean just not wanting to put the ball up.
Yeah, well, I think in the first instance it was Latu who didn't feel she could shoot as she was going out of court.
Well, she'd lost her balance.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lovely position pass, and she just went a little bit back in her movement rather than just straight up and ran out of room. But then Dean didn't even look to the post.
Well,
she wanted to offload straight away.
Yeah, I think Dean obviously felt that Latu was on, but She hadn't really regained her balance, so opportunity gone missing there for the Force.
But they have possession back again.
So no damage done in that sense to the Force. This time Erica Burgess called, the two coaches there who together combined to run the Silver Ferns for a number of years.
Yes, that lean from Megan Hutton certainly getting in the head of Dean. Goalkeeper. Yates very quick to offload from the centre pass. And Hutton over the top with the contact. Again, Dean opting not to put the first shot, wanted to play it out. The lean.
If you watch there, Julie, Dean, she's constantly on the wing attack side.
Absolutely, and the thing about that with a goal attack playing across the wing attack side, I'm not sure it's the best that Ferguson, the goal defence, follows her all the way. I think perhaps a good option may be to let her run, and if she's close enough to the circle, the change happens and Megan Hutton comes out for the intercept.
Yeah, there she goes again.
This time we've let her go, two dropping in, and I think that's fine. Let that first phase go, but then they've got to pick up the next phase.
A lovely pass from Temepara George, and the tour man, he's enjoying the netball as well. Here with his wife or partner, the North Shore Event Centre, along with the 4,000 other folk here tonight to watch the last act of the National Bank Cup.
Free pass. Centre.
Latu. Good traction. All on her own, Wilson, but her attacks all away from her, had to go over the defenders, but whoa!
Beautiful shooting, isn't it?
And already
That's why she's been going at 90% for most of the season, Donna Wilkins.
And she just created that turnover there.
Picks up the loose ball for the Southern Sting. 5 minutes of this first quarter remaining. Absolutely tight as a drum there. Has been since the start of the game.
Wilson's doing a truckload of work down there. She's coming up high on attack and then down in as a predominant feeder.
Well, Wilson, we've seen really step up in the last couple of matches for this thing. Early in the season, she was pretty quiet, but she has certainly stamped her mark on the game in her last couple of outings. Coming right at the right time of the season.
She hasn't missed a shot tonight to Donna Wilkins. 6 from 6. There she is, 100%. Along with Catherine Latu at the other end, 100%, and Whippy at 80%, and Dean at 75%. Very good shooting so far. Here we are, 4 minutes from quarter time. Both teams going at just over 90% their combined shooting statistics from the match so far.
Contact, goalkeeper.
So a penalty shot for the Force. Will Dean put it up? Will she opt to pass it to Latu? Pass into the space. And that's where Latu likes to shoot from, right in under that goal.
Well, she disguised it nicely, didn't she, Dean? And Latu found the space. Easy conversion. That's experience of Megan Dean. She's 33 years of age. She's been in and out of the Australian team for 5 or 6 years and has been that solid attacking foundation for the Force all year.
Traction. distraction, wing defence.
Yeah.
Contact, wing defence, penalty pass.
Dean steps back away from the arm and the legs. And again, look at Wilson's position for the feed, but Wilkins not in there helping out, and two closing down Whippiiti in the first phase.
Contact, goalkeeper. Yes, there you are.
Easy conversion for Donna Wilkins. It is goal for goal, virtually how it's been since the start of this match. Haven't seen a surge, haven't seen a run or anything like 5 unanswered goals from either side at the moment, as possession thrown away there. Dean just a little late arriving for that pass.
Yes, Ferguson putting the pressure on Dean as she came through that time. So tightened up, not allowing Dean that space that she likes from the wing attack side.
Regathered by Barrett Chase. Whippiiti not wanting to put the shot up there from what is normally well within her range. Gets the penalty and eventually gets the goal. Doesn't matter how they go through the hoop as long as they go through the hoop. So a little run here from the Sting. Really the first time we've seen this in the match. Coming from behind. Now with a 2-goal advantage. Could build it to 3 here. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Low, flat shot of Wilkins. You just know it's going through the hoop the moment it leaves her hands. It's always released with such conviction. The crowd has just gone a little quiet here suddenly as the Sting get this little roll on. Early days yet, of course, a long way to go. 45 minutes left. There's another turnover.
Yes, well, I thought Latu had a good hold in there, a good position, but she was just backing back into Hutton, and that's what the call was for.
Right, the distraction, wing! Right, the offside, wing!
Whippiiti decides not to put the shot up, finds an unmarked Dean Wilson on the edge of the circle. And this for a 4-goal advantage. Yes, she's playing the advantage, Mandy Nottingham. The goal counts. Could be 5, and they've got 18 seconds left. The Sting here to convert it. They will know that time's against them. And the quick transfer from Wilson goes back to Wilson from Whippiiti. Now, Wilkins, she won't worry about putting it up from there. That's the first miss. Darby gets it, but I think time is against the force here. And the call goes against Darby as well. Mandy Nottingham with the call down that end, and there it is. Wow, all of a sudden this match is broken open by the Sting. It is 16-11 at quarter time.